Already know who it is. It's your boy.
What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to Guerrilla Tactics, the only place where you commit guerrilla warfare to make change. Now, beautiful people, we got a lot going on right now. I got Jay Nasty right here in the building from Hot 93.7, new artist. He's gonna be inside of Guerrilla Tactics doing a shoot with me right now called Passions. And Passions is all about the passion of your love of your craft, your music, whatever it is that you love to do. We're gonna have a discussion on that. Now, beautiful people, let's go into the aspects of what that is real quick. As young children, whenever we grow up, especially when we're younger, we see a vision of who we want to be. We see the type of person that we want to be. We see what type of dream job we might have, and so on and so forth. And we pretty much have a dream of whatever it is that we want to accomplish as we grow older, and so on and so forth. So Passions is going to give that discussion, where you started to where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Looking at me going into creating Guerrilla Tactics, I was always talking to people, but never knew that this was something I was gonna build into. Jay Nasty is somebody I knew since we was in school. He always wanted to rap. He always wanted to be a rapper. He always did with everything that he wanted to do. And look at him right now, already fulfilling his dream and getting to the place that he's in. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely gonna get into it. So beautiful people, let's get started. Yeah. Life just moves on. All right. Yeah. 3, 2. All right, beautiful people, we're gonna get into this topic. It's called Passions. Now, once again, I haven't seen you in like how many years? 10 years.
10 years.
Since what was it, middle school, going into high school. That joint's crazy, man. Tell everybody about yourself.
Man, for the ones who don't know, I'll go by Jay Nasty once again. I've been on my journey for like 15 years. I was never where I'm at now, you feel me? I was never got the juice now. I was never like this back then. But, you know, I grew up in DCF, little background check real quick. Grew up in DCF and shit at the age of 8. Mom was a druggie. I just met my father after 28 years. So, you know, that's something crazy. And then the music, I just let it do it. I just go hard.
Yeah, man. Like I mean, back in middle school and even high school, was doing like the different ciphers, the rap battles and stuff like that.
Right.
You was dipped right in. Like you was right there doing them battles and going with the information and going with everything that was inside of them battles and whatever came with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, when I was doing music, I looked up to you a lot when it came down to the music aspect, because you know, I liked how you formulated your words. I like how you was able to create a performance out of your craft. It wasn't just like, you know what I mean? So like tell them like how'd you get started with all this? Like what drove you to that passion? What drove you to want to be a rapper, and what created Jay Nasty to begin with?
I want to say shout out Cassidy, because Cassidy has something to do with that, man. Like, to really get that performance and my lyrics and shit. But how it really happened was my DCF worker. Like I said, I grew up in DCF. So I'm 8 years old at the time.
Yeah.
I'm too young to understand what's really going on.
Yeah.
And shit, but kind of find out my mom was doing drugs and shit. So it's like when I got taken, I thought I was the reason because of what happened in that situation. But I'll get more to that later. But you know, got snatched in the system a couple days later. I'm thinking because of me, and I'm just, you know, acting out, acting crazy, just wilding. After a year or two, my worker was just like, yo, just take that anger, put it into, you know, a pen and a pad. And around that time, this is when I found out I wasn't the reason why we got taken. It was because my mom was doing drugs and stuff.
Right.
But ever since he told me to write it on a pen and a pad,
it just never stopped.
That's
what's up, man.
Everything was history.
That's what's up. Like I know.
Shout out C White.
Absolute. Yeah, I remember like back in one of my songs I actually listen to this day that you created was Unborn Child. And you had this, that's one of my favorite songs. Like I listen to that joke all the time because it has so much realism behind it.
Yeah.
And you spoke from your heart, you spoke from your soul. You know what I'm saying? Tell me a little bit about the aspect of your rapping. Like you're Jay Nasty. Right. You had explained it a little bit in the track.
So
they all know it's there.
I go by J Nasty for let people know, like, not nothing sexual, you feel me? I go by J Nasty just to let the people know, like, when it comes to this music shit, you know, I get busy, you feel me? Like, when a nigga be like, that's ill, that's thorough, that's nasty. So that's where I get the nasty from, to let niggas know when it comes to this music.
Right.
I'm a nasty artist when it comes to this shit.
Right. That's what's up. That's what's up. So like we're going in, like I said, this is a show that we're gonna do about passion. So
Okay.
it started off as like you said, it came from your social worker. Your social worker told you to put the pen to the pad. And a lot of times when you look at life, guys, it's like a blank page. You know what I'm saying? If you was to see his whole storyline and look at it the way it is, yeah, we have the details. But if we was to really stop to look at it for a second, it's just blank. So what's happening is every step we take forward and every move being made forward, whatever influences guides us to do whatever we do, is what starts to create that canvas. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in that time, you were right there on a blank page.
Right.
Your social worker coming into you saying, hey, put it on a pen and pad, already started painting. You see what I'm saying? Now you're starting to create something on that canvas that's gonna allow you to move forward in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it all starts. So for you, it became that passion. So when you first touched that passion, when you first realized that this was, whoa, like, I did need this. Like, what was that feeling that you felt? Like, what touched you during that moment?
What touched me was, for the simple fact, I could just write how I feel on a pen and a pad, and then express how I feel, and then get the good reaction that you're looking for from the audience because it's touching them.
Right.
I'm speaking on a passionate subject about what I've been through, or not just me, somebody else going through.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I like to talk about life experience. I like to touch on that subject.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that even with a lot of your songs, like even some of your current ones, like the one that you did, what's it called again? You just dropped it.
Talking about the F'd up.
Yeah. It had a lot of influential talk on there that you was trying to teach him. You know? I always used to call him teach because he was only teaching somebody something. But yeah, man.
Reach
like,
one, teach one.
Yeah, there you go. But he always had that knack for, you know, guiding and teaching people as he does his work. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show, like, you was also a therapist as well for other individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
So even though you was spitting out your feelings and putting out how you felt, and this is what I was going through, and this is where my emotion is at, you was also therapeutically teaching other individuals, you know, hey, this is what you could do, this is what's going on, but this is what you could become.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So tell me, like, how was high school? How was high school? Like, when you first started, you know, you was writing on the pen and pad, so you started dipping in a little further, right? And then what got you into wanting to do ciphers and battles and stuff like that? And how did that correlate to, you know, you writing?
I mean, I started in middle school, really. That's when I really started.
Yeah.
And then I just transitioned, kept it going. But, I forgot the question. You asked me, what kept me going with the music.
Yeah.
That was one of them. And
Yeah.
then
The experience.
the experience. All right. So what kept me with the music was the fact that I could sit there and change people's lives. One, whether if it's just one or two people. So that's what kept it going, because it was like, you know, therapy for me. I could sit there and you know, say how I feel. And then what kept it really going, I was just liking, you know, the results of it, be able to be myself, you know, say how I feel and stuff like that. And then like how it helped me transition to be, you know, a dope writer was really Cassidy, really, like.
Yeah, tell us about that.
He was my inspiration. Shit, like he was painting my nigga. Like every time I hear him rap, it's a whole story going on in my head. So it's like I want to like do shit like that and really touch people how he was touching people and shit. So I just kind of studied him, and then it all came together. But at the end of the day, I still found my own self comparing to just trying to be a Cassie rapper.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's the one I was going with. People were saying I'm a young Cass. I sound like him. But then it came to a point where people were just saying, bro, if you want to take it serious, you got to come up with a name and stuff like that. Your own style, everything. So that's when I kind of just fell back. I was still studying Cass, but, you know, just fell back to kind of study myself to see what type of artist I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, you know, after that, I found myself really just talking about life experiences. That's really me. You know, I'd rather talk about something I'm going through rather than something that I never experienced.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And it's funny you even say that because, like, even back when I started doing music and stuff when I was younger and everything,
Right.
mine was Nas. I was a big Nas fan, so a lot of my lyrics, a lot of my punchlines, you know, those like not punchlines, but the metaphors and stuff like that he used to throw out there. I always try to find like a metaphor to add in there. You know what I'm saying? Just to, this is gonna make somebody just go, whoa.
Nah, facts.
You know what I mean? But
nah, facts. And that's how I felt with Cassie with his punchline. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like when he hit me with a punchline, like, oh shit. So I could imagine with Nas, you feel me?
Right, absolutely.
Real nigga shit.
Absolutely. So, you know, but like you said, when you have a passion, you don't necessarily know the direction you're going with it. You know what I'm saying? You're going along as things move and progress, you know what I'm saying? But when you start to get the different pieces that's needed for your craft, it's like, wait a minute, so I need to do this, and I need to do that, and then I gotta add this, and I gotta add that. And I know, like, me and you talked a couple of times already about, you know, sometimes you can subconsciously know something and subconsciously have something and not know that that's something that you're going to need to apply later. And a lot of that times, you know, when you looking at artists, a lot of artists tend to fall in line. So you got this artist right here called Little Johnny or something like that. And then you got, next thing you know, you got this new artist and he wants to be called Little John. You know what I'm saying? So, but then it's okay. Even though he kind of took a little bit of the name, he added his own flair to it. And then taking his flair, he had to then create, you know, the painting piece to that canvas, like how he wanted to be portrayed, how he wanted to be seen, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Like you remember me from back, like we was in middle school and high school. I always talked about God. Still to this day, I still do it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my raps, you know, especially when I was rapping or talking or whatever case, whether it's inspirational or whether it's supposed to just be a good time, I always threw God in there. You know what I'm saying? So that became my signature. So I ended up creating Young Saint.
I remember that.
Yeah, so Young Saint came from that. It's just me imbuing myself with God as strongly as I always believed, and I still believe. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Young Saint came from. So the fact that you saw Cassie gave you that inkling, and you took that inkling, you started off building from there, and then once people started saying whatever they were saying, instead of you taking it as a sign of like hate or anything like that, he was like, you know what, I'll feed that knowledge.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So through those experiences, like what feelings were you feeling during that time? Did you ever have a moment where it was just like, why they keep coming at me like this, that, and the third? Or was it more like, you know what, I hear you?
It was more of both, like, you feel me? Like, trying to understand why niggas was hating and, you know, and doing all the extra stuff. But then it was like, I was loving it because by me knowing that, it's like I'm doing something right. Like, you feel me? I'm getting under their skin, or I'm doing something that they must not like. But it did, you know, bother me at times because it's like, you know, like, what's the hate for? You know, and then I was just a different artist, you know, talking about positivity.
Right.
Everybody was just talking about negative stuff.
Right.
So I just couldn't understand it, you know. But I never let it get to me. I just only took that as motivation and as fuel to keep doing what I'm doing now.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, like, you went through a lot of hardships, you went through a lot of ups and downs,
like
just
the
like
song.
your song. Yeah, I remember that too, man. So you went through a lot of ups and downs, went through a lot of hardships. So how did that fuel your passions? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people probably watching this video right now, and they got a passion. They probably got they know they want to do something, but they're not sure where to start or where to go, or whether, you know, they're on the right path of going that way. You know what I'm saying? So how did your pains and your experiences actually fuel and strengthen your passion towards music?
Because I knew what I want, really. I knew the music, it could be a life changer, and I know it could actually change my life. So that's what kind of really fueled it, because of, my upbringing. I was living with my mom at a time and point until I was 8, but while living with her, she couldn't get a job. She dropped out of school. We barely had shelter. We was living in shelters. And then say, like, if she could get a place, no food, no heat, no hot water, none of that.
Right.
So it's just, by me going through all that, it just told me, like, I don't want to go back to that, so I'm going to do what I need to do to really put myself in a better situation.
Right, absolutely.
So that's what kind of filled my hunger. So I don't want to go back to how things used to be.
Right.
Tired of starving.
Man, that's deep, man. That's real deep. And honestly, man, you have something to show, something to teach people, something to bring forth to people, so that they can see the raw side of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like to put blinders. They like to walk around and blow around the bush and do all that extra watering down and the whole nine. And one of the things that I've noticed, even from back then, even going into now, is that you always gave that raw. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So within that the raw feelings and the raw information that you had, like, how did that change you over time? Because I know you said in the beginning you was really going off because of the whole situation that was going on at home, and stuff like that. But, like, something gave you that fire, you know what I'm saying? Something lit inside of you where it was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do to better myself. This is what I'm gonna do to want to change. This is what I'm gonna do to, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us go through that situation too. Like me, I did as well when I was a kid.
Right.
I was angry, and I wanted to put that anger on whoever I could give it to. You know what I'm saying? But I had to find my fuel, find something that took me out. So what took you out?
Life, understanding what life was and how life is, and it's always a process of doing things.
Right.
Right is right, wrong is wrong. How I look at it like this, perfect example, Santana and Lil Wayne.
Right.
They both was coming up in the same era.
Crazy.
But Jewel stopped, right? And Wayne kept going.
Right.
So if you look at Wayne now, he a lot further than where he was, at that time and era. But then when we look at Jewel's got to now catch up.
Right.
So that's how I kind of look at it. It's like how life is like, for example, someone could pass in your family, you could be sitting there mourning, but people gonna tell you life still move on.
Yes, man. Yes. That's another one.
So that's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah.
So that's what just keeps me going, because I know if I keep it going, it's gonna put me where I need to be, just like where I am now.
Right.
Years ago, 10 years ago, even more, I was never at the level where I'm at. Same thing with you. So that just goes to show a lot. Just keep it going.
Right. It's all about that hard work you put into it.
That
You know what I'm
dedication.
saying? And this actually goes into talking the true title of this piece is called Music Feeds the Soul. Now, I said it was passions first, because in order for you to understand what music can bring towards you and how it feeds you, you have to know what it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could want to do a craft. Anybody could want to have a specific career or job. But it starts with a passion. Why are you doing it? What brought you there? You know what I'm saying? Once you find that, then you're going to have your reasoning to want to fight. You know what I'm saying? And then you build from there. I know I always talk about anime. I always talk about all these different type of stuff. One of my favorite anime is called Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay.
And he's a savage fighter. He's a brawler. Loves to fight the whole nine. He ended up dying. And I guess the spirit people or God of death, whoever it is that they was talking about in the show, came and gave him an option. It was like, look, you either could go and die and move on, or you could work as my spirit detective. He decides to be a spirit detective. Now, the reason why I brought this up is because he went and was being a spirit detective the whole entire time, was learning how to fight, getting better. When he finally fought a person that was the greatest fighter he ever fought in his life, as he's getting punched, it hit him out of nowhere and was like, well, why am I doing this? I forgot why I was doing this. So he stopped and he's just letting the man beat him up because he's just like, what am I fighting for? So in that given moment, he had to remember, this is what I was fighting for. This is why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Once he realized that, his full potential came out. You know what I mean? So passion is going into the music feeding you. So, you know, or whatever craft that you're in. For you, it was music. Music had a way with you. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't mind allowing it to move through you. You know what I'm saying? But it had to start from when you first wrote on that pad. Whatever feeling you had at that moment when you wrote. Whatever feeling that you had when you decided to want to teach. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have did any type of music. You could have did the same music everybody else did. You know what I mean? But you chose to go that direction for a reason. You know what I mean? So what's some things that you want to tell individuals first starting out? Especially whether it's in music. Because we're talking about music. When is an artist, rapper, singer, poet, what do you want to tell them? Go ahead.
Get your business right.
Yeah, right.
Nigga, shit.
Right.
You gotta start with the business, man, cause what y'all gotta understand, the artist is always gonna spend money before they really make money. And then for the artist to really make money, the artist gotta have this business.
Yep.
So if the artist don't got the business, the artist not gonna make no type of money, and that's something I had to learn. Trust me. Like I said, I've been doing it for 15 years, and a lot of this knowledge I got from probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, like really learning the business, understanding the business, and stuff like that. So your artists is, if you trying to be an artist, man, you gotta get your business together. Cause if not, you're not gonna really go nowhere. And you gotta invest. Gotta invest.
Ooh, investing's big.
No one is willing to invest into you unless you invest it in yourself.
Exactly. And since you brought up money, when it come down to the money tip, it's easy to get a lot of money and spend a lot of money. Yeah. You gotta learn to save. Yeah. You gotta learn to build that up and build that into something. I was always told that before you start spending any type of money from your business money, at least have a good 80 to 100,000. You know what I'm saying? To invest on and build on. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be easy to fall in that trap, especially when you find things you like. You know what I mean? I like the PS5. If I got a boatload of money, I'm gonna automatic. You know what I mean? So you gotta have a direction. So and that goes into what he was saying about business. You know what I'm saying? Knowing the business aspect is just as important as the passions aspect. You know what I mean? Because if you don't know the business, then you can't push nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at me. Guerrilla Tactics ain't just me doing a video and me launching a video. There's a lot behind scenes that I gotta do in order to get the video to pop, in order to get people to want to view, in order to get people to want to check me out consistently, in order to make money for the business. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely, but I honestly, in my opinion, I told him this already, in my opinion, I feel like you always had that mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because for business, because I remember we was going to a New York trip, and not many kids that's gonna have a thought process in it to say, yo, this is perfect for a video.
Thanks, because it was.
Yeah, it was. Exactly. It sure was, especially where we was at. He had everybody in our class. We was all doing that video. Like it was on point. That was a mic off of an iPhone.
Nah, facts. It came out legit though.
Yeah, it did. That was a great video. Yo, like tell me a little bit about that experience, man. Because to me, yo, when I saw that, I was like, yo. And then when I saw the final product, I was like, oh shoot, stop playing. So yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, back in high school, we did like a little school trip, going to New York. We went to go see we went to a company that sold like fabric.
Yeah,
it had like this and that. I already remember.
Yup.
But nah, it was just dope just to see how the fabric shit came about and all of that. But it was a school trip. I forgot how we got to the train station somehow, but we ended up getting to this train station, and I'm just thinking New York. I mean, I've been there, but haven't really been there, you know, to really do something. So while we going, I'm like, all right, while we on the train, yo, we about to shoot a video. We gonna need this because it's gonna be part of history, which it is.
Yeah.
So we on the train. My man Tychee was filming.
That sure was.
So he was behind the camera on that video. Good life.
Sure was.
And we just got good footage on the train going there. Getting off the train, we got footage walking to the location.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy because like one of the teachers was saying something like, not nothing bad, but like we was kind of distant from the group. So like, you know, one of the teachers was trying to, you know, tell us to keep up, but I'm just trying to let her know we shooting a video.
Right.
And we got the video done, went home, edited, chopped it up, put it together, and put it out. And it was dope.
It was a great video for real, and it was crazy. It was shot by shot. He was using an app on his iPhone. Kid you not. And during that time, that app wasn't at its best, so he had to figure out how to maneuver them pieces. You know what I mean? So all of the fans that listen to that song over and over, and if y'all haven't, go right back and check that song out because that was a good one.
J dash nasty good life.
Yup.
Not the word dash, the symbol dash.
The symbol
like
dash.
the underscore, but the dash.
Right, and it was catchy too.
Yeah,
living a good life.
Hey,
Living a good life. Yeah, that was
man living a good.
That was the song, man. That was the song, and that's how he started. You know what I'm saying? So going from the passion that first of all, it went further than just a passion for him. It started off with a survival. Then going from survival became a passion. From going to a passion, it went into creating a craft, and then creating a craft and creating a business. You see what I'm saying? So music feeds the soul. Why did I name it that? I named it Music That Feeds the Soul because sometimes when we're looking at the world and we're looking at individuals we know and people that surround us, it's harder to talk. It's harder to talk to somebody you know because you feel like there's going to be some bias in the situation. It's easier to talk to a blank face. It's easier for you to see something that's blank and to create something from it than to see something that you always knew and always recognized. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to, go through the people saying that you ain't going to make it or you're going to fail and the whole nine. But when you see something that's blind, all you see is an empty space, you have to create. Because how you going to survive other than that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't survive without creating. You know what I mean? So when you're looking at life and you're looking at your passions and you're looking at the things that you want to create, especially when you're into music, it doesn't just start from you going through a feeling. Because I have many feelings throughout my whole school years, and I made many songs off of those feelings, which could probably have been phenomenal songs within that time or era. But you got to start looking forward, looking where you're going to end up going and why you're going to go there. How is this going to implement something for you later? He made history with his music. You know what I'm saying? So later on, when he finally gets to the plateau that he always wanted to get to and then go further than that, when he die and move forward in life and his kids go on in life and the whole nine, that next generation and that next era gonna look at that history. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be like kind of like when we was in school, we looked at the history books and you look at the different. They gonna look at us
basically.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's from that portion. So music feeds your soul. In other words, your soul is gonna be etched in history. It's gonna keep going forward into the next generation, into the generation after that, and so on and so forth, and create change. Like I always had there's a little quote that I always heard. I added on to it. Okay. So people say it takes a village to raise a child.
That's true.
100% true.
That's true.
100% true. But it also takes generations to create change.
Yes, indeed.
And what we gonna put out forward, and what we put out first, is gonna be the start. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true, though.
Yeah. So where do you take your music? Where you wanna take your music to? What did you always? What was that final vision? Like where did you see that the one that you wanted to get to towards the end?
I mean, to have peace of mind, clarity.
Yeah.
But really, be at the top of my game. Really be one of the best, one of the greatest, a legend.
Yeah.
Basically on some Jay-Z shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like his mindset, I feel like I got. That's the type of mindset I have, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Build an empire to help others too.
Right.
And help change their families.
Right. You see more out of yourself.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a good passion. That's a good dream to want to go to. You know what I'm saying? Because If you like, y'all know about Dragon Ball Z, right?
Of course.
Everybody know about
course.
Dragon Ball Z.
Goku.
Goku's the savage. But in this situation, I have to kind of give it up to Vegeta.
I want to say Vegeta.
The reason for it because he held his pride when it came down to his craft. Him being a Saiyan was something that he held on to. Goku learned that later on, and he's now Dragon Ball Super Series type stuff going on. He's now learning that. But you have to have that drive, you know what I'm saying, that resolve, that want to really push. Now, Vegeta got floored many times, especially against Broly. But yeah, he never gave up on the principle of Saiyans. You know what I'm saying? So it starts there, you know what I mean? So we're getting towards the end of the piece of this segment, and it was great having you on the show. But of course, we gotta have you, do a little something, a little piece or two. You know what I mean? I got a request, if you don't mind it.
I mean, we can do the request. I just don't remember the lyrics.
Dang.
I'll play the song.
Okay, no problem. So let's start.
It's been a while though since I listened to it.
It's been a very long time. Yeah.
I listen to my old shit, but I barely listen to it because I know I got new shit that I feel like is better.
Way better. Okay.
You know, because back then I'm still trying to find myself and find my flow.
Right.
So the flow is very,
right,
repetitive.
Right.
With my new shit, I'm coming with different patterns of flows. So
and different things.
Okay.
And stuff. So rap us one of your pieces, so they can get a little increment for what they gonna get into.
I said, yeah. They say I'm strange. A strange nigga in designer things. I'm like, woo, bow. Yeah. If Jay Nasty better take a bow. Ain't going nowhere. Plan this for a while. This is no match. Better throw in the towel. No, I'm lit, bitch, boy. Like a boxing match. And how you like to take a shit. And I don't give a crap. My life is major pain. Shoot music in my veins. High school said I was lame. But I'm a beast, can't be tame.
Okay, I see you. Okay, bro. I got you. I hear you. That's a fact. And that's a testament to everything you went through right there.
Facts.
Because everybody kept they gonna talk.
You're right.
Yeah, they gonna talk, but they can't stop you from being what you're gonna be at the end of the day.
That's just gonna fuel me, really, to be honest. All that hate gonna fuel me to go even harder, just to prove y'all wrong.
Right.
And y'all think y'all got the last laugh. I'ma have the last laugh.
Here we go, man. That's what's up, man. It's a pleasure having you on this show.
Nah, it's a pleasure
Pleasure working
here.
with you for real.
Nah, thank you.
It's been a long time, man.
Long time.
Too long since the movement.
Yeah.
Shoot. So, beautiful people, thank you for tuning in to Guerrilla Tactics. Please tune in again for more bangers. And beautiful people, definitely hop onto his Instagram, hop on his YouTube or any other platforms that he has. He's going to shoot me the platforms. I'm going to put them all on this screen right here. So definitely check him out. Check out his work. Check out everything about him. Definitely follow. Send out his information to everybody that you guys know. Beautiful people, we thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely tune in to my Instagram as well, MoonVargas48. Definitely tune in to Guerrilla Tactics on YouTube, my Spotify, also Guerrilla Tactics, and I'm also going to be doing Spotify Live soon so that you guys can see me up in personal and have more personal conversations. Again, beautiful people, passions start with your struggles. Your struggles take you to your passions take you to your craft, and your craft takes you to your business. But in order to get to where you need to go, you have to have the faith and the strength to keep on pushing. Without faith, you can't do anything. And without works, you can't do anything. And the word states that faith without works is dead. So if you have a little bit of faith, you can move any mountain. So beautiful people, I need you guys to keep on tuning in. Anything you want to tell them? Anything up and coming you want to let them know?
Yeah, I just dropped a new single called Fucked Up, featuring Prizzy. I just dropped my second album earlier this year. It just made 350,000 streams. 200,000 streams in 2 days. So go check out my second album called Where I Stand. And I just dropped a new mixtape of me hopping on industry niggas' music, remixing they shit and going crazy. But y'all can find me at Nasty the Hitmaker on IG, DA for the Nasty the Hitmaker. You can find me on my YouTube channel, J-Nasty181, and my Spotify, J-Nasty. You know what it is. We're here with Guerrilla Tactics, all day, every day.
Always.
Represent SHSC. Stop paying, start creating. We in the building.
Yes.
Live.
All right, beautiful people. You have a blessed one. God bless. Yeah. Life just moves on. All right. Yeah. 3, 2. The beginning of the secrets to the life that you needed. Looking in my own eyes, knowing I couldn't defeat it. All the feelings in my soul, all my